Hello, Aquamatey.
Hello, FluffyQuack.
It is the final closed beta of the English version of Black Desert. It'll release March 3rd, which is pretty close, pretty close.
Yeah, and those with early access get access on the 28th, right?
Yeah, like how much early access depends on which pre-order tier you went with. I think it's up to 3 days earlier, something like that.
So it is just about a week away.
Yeah, it's pretty close. So they have this beta, which is very similar to the previous beta, but it has a few major differences. For instance, there's a cash shop, which I'll take a look at in a second, and they added English voice acting to the game.
Yeah, they did.
They added let's talk to an NPC and like hear them, like listen to them. Like this old man, like you would expect an old man to like sound like an old man, right? That is, yeah, right. I'm gonna talk to him.
Yeah,
You're a new face. Are you from abroad? You've come to the right place. Our village has 3 excellent skill instructors. Jarette, the Princess of Hyrule, just visited. She's pretty annoying, actually.
This voice acting is terrible, Akamet. It's actually just really bad. It's literally really bad.
I'm
If you have
sad.
business here, why don't you talk to Grandpa Mills?
It doesn't
Destiny
seem too
must
much
have led
effort
you
was put
here.
into it.
Never stop seeking light, even in the deepest darkness.
Yeah, I mean, some NPCs do sound okay, and actually, the further you get into the game, like we listened to a bunch of NPCs in Calphion, and actually thought those sounded like okayish, and like a few of them actually sounded good. But especially in the beginning areas, like Olvia and Veli and Heidel, a lot of NPCs they sound really bad.
Yeah.
The past.
And
doesn't
something
tell
they
us
did
anything
with the
about
game
future.
creatively that I thought was going to be really cool was that they did different. Like, I think we talked about this in the previous podcast. They have different accents for different regions.
Yeah.
And I was really looking forward to that. But so far, it's just been a difference in, like, terrible voice acting and then slightly less terrible voice acting.
Yeah, it seems like the ones with British accents, they seem to fare better than the American ones for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is something which is like a really cool idea, and it would have been extra cool if that was actually like with they had good voice acting. But yeah, they don't. It is a little bit disappointing. I mean, like it won't affect the game too much. Like the main game itself is still really fun, but I wish it had voice acting which wasn't terrible.
Yeah, I kind of almost prefer hearing the Korean voices and just reading English subtitles instead.
If they had an option for Korean voices, I would turn that on instantly because this voice acting is bad. Like there's also other examples we can't easily show up. Like there's an Otter in Vela which it just sounds like a guy talking, and that at the end of the sentences he just goes quack. It sounds so bad. I am.
The way that you said a couple of times, it just seems like it's rushed, and I think that's the best way to summarize it. It just feels really rushed.
Yeah. I will be editing together video showcasing random English voice actings that will show more examples of both like the really terrible and the more okay voice acting in the game. And I'm also pretty sure they've done just big mistakes. Like this one, like old looking dare man, which just sounds like a child, for instance. That doesn't sound right. Like they must have done a mistake there. And there's also like a random NPC you can talk to who has 2 lines about being some kind of healer, and then the third line is just randomly going, "Oh, chicken, so savory." That just sounds like another. That like I don't think they had the right line there. That just sounds completely out of place and wrong. Like she's healing someone
Yeah.
and talk about chicken. What?
Might have just been the same voice actress, but they forgot to separate the characters.
Yeah, probably. So it is disappointing, but oh well.
And I guess it is. Well, maybe it's not worth pointing out, but I guess we'll take note that like this is not like it's not the final version of the game. Like I mean, it is coming out next week, but I mean, what else can they do with the voice acting within that time? I think this is it. Like,
Yeah, I think there's no chance they will update it. Update that. Well, at least in the close future. And I'm willing to bet this is only because they rushed it, because there is a lot of speech in this game, and they must have done this super quickly, because it is like the previous beta was, I can't remember when it was, but it didn't have any voice acting at all. So I guess like in that time they have been working on it. But yeah,
it is just a disappointment, I think. But the
yeah.
rest of the game's still great. It's still the same game.
And I also have a bad feeling this might turn some people off because they'll get a bad first impression of the game.
Yeah. Which I think is kind of fair.
Yeah. I mean, the voice acting is bad. There's no changing that.
Yeah.
Just I guess one tip is to go into settings and audio, and then you can maybe potentially adjust dialogue volume if you want. They have a lot.
I think it's interesting. I think we have a kind of. I mean, it's not too unique of a perspective, but we have been playing on the Korean version for so long and been like experiencing the game with that region. But I guess maybe we had some kind of different expectations or like a little bit of hope that when it was finally in English and the voice acting was in English, it would just be good. It's something that we could really appreciate and get a lot out of, but
Yeah.
I think it's just been disappointing so far.
They have not changed the like generic voices you have for players and such. Like the grunts are still the same as the Korean version. It makes me wish that even though they have a billion volume sliders, that they had just one more for like NPCs and players, because I'm okay with listening to the players. Like the grunts are okay.
Yeah.
It's just whenever someone speaks, it's bad. But I guess we could talk about another major thing, is that the cash shop is now fully up in this beta, and you can take a look at everything. So you can buy pearls, which you use to buy items in the cash shop. So basically, the exchange rate is $10 for 1,000 pearls, and they're doing the thing that if you're in Europe and use euros, it's just the same number, like $10, 10 euros. It'll both result in 1,000 pearls. And then you get a small bonus if you buy more pearls at a time. Like if you buy 100,000 pearls, you get 1,500 as a bonus.
Yeah,
sorry, 10,000.
Cool bonus. Yeah.
And they have loyalties, which is the same as mileage in the Korean version, which is something you will get for free. Like each day you will get 100 loyalty points, and you can buy a bunch of stuff with that. So for instance, if you were to log in 50 days, you will get 50. I mean, you will get 5,000 loyalty points, and that's enough to buy a character slot. You can also,
that's pretty good.
yeah, you can also increase inventory space, make your character carry more stuff, storage space in cities with those points.
I'm really glad that they have it set up that way, so that like the things that actually affect the game are things you can earn just by playing the game.
Yeah. I also hope there will be more ways to get loyalty points. Maybe some kind of event where we will get a bunch if you do something specific. That would be nice, I think.
That would be nice, yeah.
And one thing I'm really happy about, dyes. You can buy dyes with loyalty points, and they're actually pretty cheap. You only need 200 for one unknown dye, and I think that's fair. That's a lot better than dyes just being only something you can buy with real money.
Am I correct in remembering that on the Korean version at least, the dyes that you buy with mileage, you can only buy one each?
Yeah, in the Korean shop. I'm just trying to be completely sure there's nothing like that in the English version, but I don't see it. But yeah, in the Korean version, when you hover over the icon, it'll say that you can only buy it once per family.
Yeah.
And I don't see any limitations like that for anything here. Oh yeah, here's one limitation: 4 per character for the weight thing. I guess that makes sense.
Well, if they've removed that for this version, then that would be really nice.
Yeah, I think they did remove it. I don't see any like per family thing, so that's good.
So that will just be a convenient, dependable way to get dyes if you play and save up for it.
Yeah, if you just make sure to log in a lot, like log in each
It's
day.
pretty easy. Yeah.
And there's other
And
things
you don't even have to spend a ton of time each day. Like you just log in and you can collect it right away.
Yeah, you just have to log in at all and just quit, then you will still get the points. And there are other things you can buy with loyalty points, like something to repair more durability for armor when you repair it. Like there's the typical XP buffs and stuff. There's the potions to instantly revive yourself when you go down and other similar things, and also boss scrolls you can buy with these points.
Yay.
And then you have the function category where you spend pearls, and these and many of these items are the same as the loyalty items. Actually, I think they all are also loyalty items, except for maybe Black Spirit Essence.
So it's just another option. You can spend cash on those items if you want to, but you can also buy them with in-game mileage.
Yeah, I think
Loyalty.
most people will just prefer to use loyalty points because some of these prices are kinda expensive. So, like for instance, to increase your inventory, you can spend $8 for 8 slots. With loyalty points, you just like if you log in 10 days, you'll get 1 slot. And then we get to costumes, and there've been a lot of people complaining about this. Like if you buy a costume with no weapon, it's $22 or €22. Like, I think I slightly agree with the complaints that this is a little bit pricey, especially for a game which is not free to play.
Yeah.
And there are some bonuses with these outfits. You get a little bit more combat XP, smaller death penalty, jump height gets increased, max stamina, but these are all very minor bonuses.
And each outfit has different buffs and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, most of the costumes have the same buffs, but one exception is the camouflage outfit, which makes it so your name is not above your head for other players, and you're
No, I
not on the
remember on the
minimap.
Korean version there were variations too. Like the outfit my warrior had like mount experience bonuses.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, I guess we'll get those in the long run.
Yeah.
And all of the underwear is already available in this beta.
The only thing that's missing is the sailor costume.
And I would assume that this selection is what we'll get at the launch for the English version.
I guess that would make sense. And by the way, I want to say that I'm really glad they're going with this system. Like, I think as far as like earning mileage and also spending money, like more options is better than less. So like if you want to spend in-game currency, not currency but the mileage, then you have that option. But you can buy the same exact items with real money too if you want to.
So much underwear. But yeah, I do agree that I'm really glad there's more items you can buy with the mileage, aka loyalty points. I think that's a good change.
By the way, we might be making that mistake pretty often, using the terms that we saw in the Korean version rather than the official English translation.
Yeah. It was called mileage for a long time, and now it's only loyalty points. So yeah, that's it can be confusing. I'm going to very quickly just go through all of these outfits for the heck of it.
Wasn't Glishy Town called something different too? It was just called Glish.
Yeah, it's now just Glish. Yeah.
I prefer Glishy.
And I think we've talked about this before, but yeah, these are the classes which will be available at the launch. So I think there's only 4 classes which will be missing for now, which is female and male blader and female and male ninja.
Kunoichi.
So we'll
Kunoichi.
So hopefully we won't have to wait too long for those classes to arrive to the English version.
Yeah, I really want my blader back.
So next category is furniture. So $25 or euros for a full set of furniture. There's not much to say about furniture really. It's just like furniture with unique looks, which is worth a bunch of points. But you can so easily just craft or buy normal furniture in the game anyway.
Yeah, and that's just another part of the game that's like completely up to your own discretion, like if you want to get involved in it or not.
And horse armor for $20 or €20. Take that, Oblivion. So again, these give, like the costumes, this give small bonuses like more HP to the horse, 1% faster speed, more stamina, stuff like that.
Did Oblivion have like $80 horse armor, or you have to rent it, or what?
It was basically, it was infamous for being basically the start of like it was the first instance of a microtransaction. So you could buy horse armor. It wasn't expensive at all. It was like $5 or $4 I think for one horse armor, which is like that is now just common. Like that is something you just see in all games, like especially MMOs and free-to-play titles. But back in 2006, it was new. Like no one has done it before, and people lost their shit. They were so mad. But yeah, this is more expensive horse armor. You can also buy a horse flute, which lets you call for your horse from farther away.
We could just hire these children to sing for them.
And with the horse flute, it specifically says you cannot call a coach or a boat with a horse flute. I'm sorry.
My boat responds to a whistle.
And here's boat armor. Similar bonuses like they go a little bit faster and etc. Wagon armor.
Faster boat would be very nice.
And a bunch of generic stuff regarding horses, like making it easy to breed horses or remove or add skills and stuff like that. Name change to pawn.
My one hope with the cash shop is that they will continue to add new things to it regularly.
Yeah.
Because I like variation in costumes and that kind of stuff, and I really, really want to see the sailor costume come to the English version.
One thing I hope they don't do, which I've been doing in the Korean version, is that they add costumes and then remove them. Like there's a ton of costumes in the Korean version, which was only ever added once, was there for like a month and been gone ever since. I don't like that.
Yeah.
And here are the pets. Like most of the pets are $9 or €9. And for people who don't know, like the pets are used for basically like automatically picking up loot for you.
Which is pretty useful.
Yeah, I would highly recommend having at least one pet, and $9 isn't too high of a price. And then you can pay $8 or €8 to change your character's appearance once, or buy this thingy which lets you change characters on all of change the appearance of all your characters on your account for 30 days, and that's $10 or €10.
That's not bad.
And then you have the dice. If you want to spend real money on dice, it's basically the same system as in the Korean version, and it's fairly cheap. But you can just use mileage anyway. And that's the cash shop, I guess.
Yay.
So like compared to the Korean version, it's like all the prices are cheaper, and they did big changes to the mileage shop. But otherwise, it's a pretty similar cash shop. Oh yeah, there's one big difference actually. I have checked the in-game auction house, and I cannot see any cash shop items there. So I think they made it fully impossible to sell cash shop items, which makes me kind of sad, because I liked having the option to just use in-game money to buy some of these cash shop items.
Are you sure that'll be gone completely? Because maybe they just have that turned off because of the testing they're doing with the cash shop items, with the free money.
Yeah, I would be happy if it's just a temporary thing for the beta, but I guess we'll see.
When you went to the auction house, did you see a tab for cash shop items, or is it just gone?
It was just gone.
Okay.
There are too fewer tabs. Like I think the tabs which are missing is the cash shop tab and the die tab. But yeah, I think we've gone through everything there is to say really about this beta. I guess there's one thing I forgot to talk about, which is they have announced the Korean version will get an IP block from March 3rd.
Which is sad.
Yeah, that is sad. I mean, it is kind of obvious why they're doing this. They just want the foreigners to play on the English version instead. That's why the date is the same as the release date of the English version. But yeah, that is disappointing.
It's becoming Dragon's Dogma Online all over again.
Don't remind me.
Also, I guess we should mention that the pre-order will still be available until the 26th. Is that the right date?
It is. It ends next Friday. I can't remember which date that is.
Yeah, that's the 26th.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So you have until then to pre-order and get those pre-order bonuses if you want them.
Yep.
And I guess another thing we should mention is that I think we've now officially decided we will be playing on the on the European servers of the game.
Oh, Ryman, why? Ryman.
So when the game is out, I will probably make a video where I show off our guild and like tell people how they can join our guild if they want to join it. Right
The reason
now,
that's sad, though, by the way, is just because characters cannot be shared between regions, like European and English or American servers. You can't share characters. You can't even share characters across different servers in the same region.
yeah, right now they have 4 unique servers, 2 per region, and like there's nothing shared between those servers, and that is something where I find kind of disappointing because I much prefer like a mega servers system where everything is shared and like you can play with friends no matter what.
Yeah. So the sacrifice that has to be made is that instead of playing with 30 millisecond ping on American servers, I have to go to 170 milliseconds on European. But
Yeah,
I mean, you have to do it, I guess.
yeah, it is disappointing, but oh well. And for me, like the choice was like a ping of around 70 on European or around 220 on US.
Which is a bit different.
Yeah, those are bigger numbers.
Yeah. And more people we know are playing on the European servers anyway, so it made more sense
Yeah.
for the couple of us Americans to make the jump. So I'm moving to Norway tomorrow.
Okay. Well, you know,
Well,
I mean, you know Norwegian already, so it just makes sense.
Yeah.
There we go. Wow, so amazed.
Das ist Norwegian.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, do you have any final words before we end this short video?
Eat in moderation. Don't stuff your face so you can eat more later. What was that line? I can't remember anymore, but it was really stupid.
There's some stupid lines in this, yeah.
There is at least, that's the silver lining about the voice acting. There's some pretty comical dialogue that happens every now and then.
And
Whether
here's,
it's like bad funny or just stupid funny.
yeah, and speaking of which, here's just some stupid voice acting, which is these children singing. It sounds not good. It
Children
doesn't
are so stupid.
I shall end it here so I don't torture people anymore. Bye bye, people.
Salvation.